નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Welcome students. This is part 2 of chapter 10, Respiration in Organisms of Standard 7 Science. From the last part, we are discussing why do we respire, and we come to know that through respiration only food gets breakdown and we gets energy. That is why, and every cells in our body requires energy to do all life process, isn't it? And that is why we must respire. Now then, what is cellular respiration? Can you tell me what is cellular respiration? When the breakdown of food occurs in the cell and releases energy, that is known as cellular respiration. Okay. Can you tell me what is aerobic respiration? What is aerobic respiration? Okay, let me tell you. See, the breakdown of glucose happens or occurs with the help of oxygen. Then it is called aerobic respiration. When breakdown of glucose occurs with the help of oxygen, then that breakdown is called aerobic respiration. And in aerobic respiration, what happens? Carbon dioxide, water, it produces carbon dioxide, water, and energy is released. Okay. Now let's go further. We had discussed up to this aerobic respiration. Then after, so open page number 108. Open page number 108. Let's go further. You should know that there are some organisms such as yeast that can survive in the absence of air. Some organisms are there that can survive in the absence of air. They are called anaerobes. The organisms survive in the absence of air are called anaerobes. Remember well, and if you require, underline that. They get energy through anaerobic respiration. Now they get, like yeast, get energy through anaerobic respiration. In the absence of oxygen, glucose breaks down into alcohol and carbon dioxide. In the absence of oxygen, glucose breaks down into carbon dioxide, alcohol and carbon dioxide as given below. So you can see here, glucose in the absence of oxygen, glucose breaks down into alcohol and carbon dioxide and releases energy. So this is anaerobic respiration. Now on the page number 109, the box, it is written there, yeast are single-celled organisms. Yeast are single-celled organisms. They respire anaerobically. They respire anaerobically. Why? Because they doesn't require air. That is why they respire anaerobically. And during this process, yield alcohol, or during this process it produces alcohol. They are therefore used to make wine and beer. See, anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of oxygen. Yeast doesn't require air to respire. Yeast doesn't require air to respire. So yeast are single-celled organism and they respire anaerobically. And that is why as they respire anaerobically, it produces alcohol during respiration, isn't it? They are therefore used to make wine and beer. Why? Because in wine and beer there used to be alcohol in it. That is why. Let's go further. The muscle cells can also respire anaerobically. Muscles of our body. We are talking about the muscles of our body. Now see, our muscle cells can also respire anaerobically, but only for a short time. Our cells of our muscle can respire anaerobically, but only for short time. When there is a temporary deficiency of oxygen, during heavy exercise, fast running, cycling, walking for many hours, or heavy weightlifting, at that times what happens? Because of this exercise, body requires more oxygen, isn't it? And that is why the deficiency of oxygen occurs during this type of exercises. But the supply of oxygen to produce the energy is limited. Why? Because body requires more oxygen, but supply of the oxygen is less. Then anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscle cells to fulfill the demand of energy. Now, cells requires energy, and to fulfill the demand of energy in the cells, what happens? It starts anaerobic respiration, isn't it? And so, in anaerobic respiration, look here, glucose in the muscle, in the absence of oxygen, what happens? It produces lactic acid and energy. It produces lactic acid and energy. See, this happens when the demand of oxygen is high. Okay, and this is for a very short time. Okay, let's go further. Have you ever wondered why you get muscle cramp after heavy exercise? After heavy exercise, you must have found, or you must have felt that your muscles are cramping. You must have found muscles cramp. The cramps occur when muscle cells respire anaerobically. The cramp occurs when muscle cells respire anaerobically, and when muscles have to respire anaerobically when we go for that exercise. The partial breakdown of glucose produces lactic acid. Now, this time when respiration occurs anaerobically, then what happens? The partial breakdown of glucose produces lactic acid. Remember well, or else you underline that the partial breakdown of glucose produces lactic acid. The accumulation of lactic acid causes muscle cramps. The accumulation of lactic acid causes muscle cramps. We get relief from cramps after hot water bath or a massage. See, how to release from the cramps? Then we get relief from cramps after hot water bath or a massage. Can you guess why it is so? Why we should go for hot bath or massage to get relief from that muscle cramp? hot water bath or massage improves circulation of blood. Hot water bath or massage improves circulation of blood. As a result, the supply of oxygen to the muscle cells increases. The increase in the supply of oxygen results in the complete breakdown of lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. See, the partial breakdown of glucose, because of the partial breakdown of glucose, it produces lactic acid. Because of lactic acid, we find muscle strength. Okay, now if we go for hot water bath or massage, then what happens? It improves the circulation of blood to that cells. Now those cells will get that oxygen, and increase in the supply of oxygen result in the complete breakdown of lactic acid. Previously it was partial breakdown, now it is complete breakdown of lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water, and we feel relief from muscle cramp. So this is what we discussed about why do we respire. In the next part we'll go further, we'll understand about breathing. Okay, by this time we are ending this part. Remember this discussion. If you could not, then go for watching this video 2 to 3 times and read the textbook. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.